Hi, I'm Adam Fun, and today I'm going to show you how to do toggles for VR chat. I'm going to be showing you how to do a boolean, integers, and floats. There. Here we go. So I'm going to show you how to do a bool for item toggling on and off. I'm going to show you how to toggle off a jacket or any kind of clothing item, or it can be used for anything. An integer, which I'm going to be using for my mat swaps, but you can basically use it for any kind of items. The same way as how you would do items for clothing. And I'm going to show you floats, which will be useful for hue shifts. I will also kind of explain how you can do, I'll also show you a little bit on how you can do floats for other things such as like material swaps and whatnot. All right, so let's get into it. Working on Abby's. Boop. Okay, cool. So I have my avatar, and it's kind of pre-prepared. So if there's things you're going to want to do with your materials, I don't need to go all the way to the. Oh, that's where I was testing stuff. So you'll want to go all the way to your materials body. So I'm going to show you how to adjust materials as well for like hue shifts and whatnot. So what you'll want to do, anything that is going to be a hue shift, you're going to want to create this A on it for animate. So you just right click the thing that you're going to have animated when the material is locked, is animate when locked. So first things first, to create any animation is you want to click on your model and do Control D to create a duplicate. You always want to create a duplicate, otherwise you can potentially break your avatar. You'll want to go to the file location that you want everything to save into, just because it makes it easier for everything to, because the first option will be this, but you can go through it and select where you're going to want everything to be. Oh, here we go. Create animation. Now, the first animation I'm going to do is a jacket animation. Just to toggle my jacket off. I'm going to hit the record button. It's going to go down here. To prevent any, just in case if it swaps out, because sometimes it can, I'm going to hit lock right here on my animation layer here. So that way this will always stay here and doesn't switch to anything else. So if you have issues with your animation coming off of this due to like you trying to animate a asset that you put onto your avatar or whatever, that's how you can make it not do that. So that's animating. I'm going to go to my body. Well, I'm going to animate the jacket first because it's hilarious. So I'm going to toggle off the jacket, and I got my little skinny body under there. Then I'm going to go to my torso, and boop, there we go. That animation is done. So I can stop recording. I'm just going to hide this for now because I can come back to that. Okay. So if you want your little guy to show up in the preview window, just grab and drag and drop it into this window and it'll show you the animation. So what you'll want to do with your animation, every animation that isn't a looping animation. So say like an idle pose, for example, you wouldn't want to do this too. But a loop, you'll want to turn off your loop timer for any animation. Now, we shall want to go to the FX layer and your animator. By the way, if you don't have animator or animation set up, you can grab those from your window right here. All right. So I'm gonna create a parameter, a boolean, and call it jacket. And then I'm gonna go to layers, create an animation, jacket. I'm gonna set the weight to 1, always set the weight to 1, otherwise it won't work. I'm gonna create a empty, and then I'm gonna plonk this here. So to create an empty, use right click and create empty. To create this transition, you right click the piece that you're trying to, well, you left click it first, you left click your piece, then you right click and then make transition. So I'm going to make a transition from the any state to the animation to the exit. Has exit time, I'm going to toggle that off. I'm going to go to this, make it jacket, and true will be for the first one. I'm going to do the exact same thing for the next one. And this one's going to be false. So the reason why I turn off the has exit timer, this shouldn't really be necessary because I turned off the loop time animation, but this helps make the animation go instantly. So instead of it being like a delayed effect, it happens instantaneous. But there are some things like maybe a huge dissolve toggle you might want to be delayed because it'll, has to have time to animate, right? At least I think so. I don't know. I'll experiment a bit with that later. Because that'll be my next video. I'll be doing that. Yeah. So that's just that. Now, to do a material swap will be next. Right. So I'm going to hide this. For this, we'll want your animation to be up here. Go back to our dude here. I'm going to call it jacket matte 1. I hit record. I'm going to go to my assets, textures, jacket 1. I'm just going to take the material that I want to swap it to and put it on here. And you can tell, I guess that doesn't work. Basically it just swapped out the, doesn't have my logo on the chest anymore. And then I'm going to create a second one. Jacket matte 2. And I'm going to go to my other jacket material and bloop, toggle that on. And that is done, at least for this piece. Okay, so I can plop this down here. Animation, FX, bloop. Okay. So I'm going to create one. Jacket matte. I'm going to make it a integer. Sorry, I'm going to set the weight to 1. Make it an integer. My brain's thinking in the head of what I'm doing. Just going to name that jacket matte. Now I'm going to create an empty like it did before, but I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to make a transition from the any state to the new state. I'm going to go in, turn off the matte swaps, loop timers, And I'm just going to chuck them in. And then connect them. I didn't do these, did I? Alright, for the jacket, I'm just going to make it a bool. For this one, it's going to be jacket matte. I'm also going to do a glasses hue, so I may as well do it whilst I'm here. So for the integer, I'm going to set that to an integer. I'm going to set this to a float for the glasses hue. And then I'm going to go here, create a new jacket, 1, 2, and hue. Yes. And then an extra one for the extra thing I'm going to do. Alright, jacket, toggle, jacket, done. Okay, back to this. So I'm going to make this exit time's already turned off for integers. I'm going to set this to jacket matte equals 0 for the any state to the new state. I don't know. I think it's the part. I think it's because it says state. That's what keeps confusing me. Yeah, to the empty. This will reset it back to the default. We're going to set this to the same thing but equals 1. So then it has the value of 1 in the animation logic. Equals 2. Already did this bit. So this shall be jacket matte 1. Jacket matte 2. Toggle jacket int equals 1. Jacket matte int equals 2. Okay. This will be a simple boolean, but I'm going to show you how to adjust well, actually no, this is going to be in the hue shift anyway, so okay. Glasses hue. Just going to name it that. Oop. All right, cool. Now I'll make the animation. Go back to our animator. Close this. Toggle this on. Glasses hue. Spelled with an E, not a W. All right. Hit the record again. So this time I'm going to go to body, and I'm going to go down to my glasses. So like I explained earlier, you need this to be animated for when it's locked. And I'm just going to do that to set the base to 1. I'm going to go all the way to 2 because it'll give me the best range. Now you can make hue shifts just be set to here. That works just fine, but I like to set it all the way to 2 because it gives me a wider range of colors, or it gives me a little bit more colors. So I find having it larger to be much better. All right, well that's pretty much it for this animation. To delete it, I don't want to delete it. Here we go. Animator. Now for the hue shift, toggle loop timer off again. This time we're just going to take the animation itself and plop it in, we're going to go to this specific parameter right here for motion time. And we don't have classes hue right here. Float. There we go. So you'll want the float parameter in here for this, and that is it for at least for that. Classes hue float, excellent. What am I doing? Classes hue. You'll want to set this to a radial, and the rotation parameter rotation. Or was it just the parameter? If this doesn't work, put it here because I don't remember off the top of my head right now. I'm mostly sure it's here. Alright, so that's pretty much it for all of these. But getting into like what you can do with this, you can actually do a larger sum of material swaps using this. And it's super easy, it's just a little bit tedious. And I'll show you. I won't use it, but I'm just going to show you how to set up the animation. We'll make the animation. What? Toggle on. Toggle off. I'm just going to close test because I can delete it later. Alright. Why is the shirt off? I feel like maybe something's wrong. Hang on. Jacket off. Looks fine. I don't know. Anyway, so with this, so I just hit record. I'm going to just textures. I'm just going to use random mats. It doesn't matter. So what you will want to do is the material. Let's just say it has this material. This material will have to be its first and last material that you apply. So in the animation, you'll have to just do that, which will toggle it to this one. Enter it over, next material, next material, next material, next material. It's kind of cool in a way. And then you want to end it on the same as the first material. And that's pretty much it. And then the animation will go throughout all those materials. So then you can set up a hue shift the same as you did for the sorry, you can set up a radial toggle the same as the hue shift for all of these animations. Yeah, that easy. You could also set up, theoretically, you could probably set up a dissolve this way as well. But there's, I'll go through a dissolve toggle tutorial, which will be in my next video. So that is pretty much it for the stuff. Then you can delete your avatar and plop it on like any other. I will do a quick might record later a little demonstration showing you all these animations working. But yeah. So, if you found all that helpful, here I am. If you found all that helpful, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the helpful YouTube stuff. If you are looking for help in any other way, like for Blender or different Unity stuff, you can post a comment. I might respond if I see it. I don't check my YouTube comments very often, but I do occasionally. If you want more immediate help, I would recommend joining my Discord server, which will be in its link will be in the description. I have a Twitter like everybody else. That'll also be, yeah, my Twitter. I have a Twitch. I sometimes stream games, sometimes do avatars. If anybody has questions, you can always bug me at any time. If I'm in the middle of a game, I might help you. You better luck if I'm actually working on avatars. Yeah. Please do all that. I'm terrible at signing off. Goodbye.